This is gonna be a stupid little video. Lately I've seen a lot of pictures and edits of what Squid Game characters would look like as different animals, and it inspired me to make these quick sketches, like really quick sketches. Hyunju is my baby. My Shayla! And I saw this on Pinterest and, you know, that's her. Even the eyeliner is on point and everything. So that gave me an idea for this. And Youngmi is this tiny, super cute hamster because she's a bit timid and shy but really sweet, and these two had a really lovely relationship. So she's looking at her like, that's my gorgeous, strong, wonderful wife. I would die for her. Oh yeah. Then I drew nam-gyu as a cat and Thanos as a bird, because if that bird doesn't look like him, then fucking nothing does. And I just think it would be hilarious if Thanos was this small ass bird with attitude and does drugs with nam-gyu, the cat. They would be inseparable, and like in the show, together they would be a real pain in the ass, always tormenting and bullying MG Coin, who is also a cat, by the way. So I still had this one unfinished nam-gyu sketch, and I thought I could share the process with you. He's one of my favorites, so I've been sketching him a lot. What can I say? I just love fucking crazy characters. So this scene is from episode 6, where nam-gyu and Thanos are harassing Minsu in the bathroom, and nam-gyu is hanging over the wall like a cat. And I used this screenshot as a reference. And Minsu would definitely be a bird too, like the smallest, roundest, cutest little fucking thing. One of the sketches I made has Minsu, and he turned out so cute that I had to make him a bird in this too. And he's absolutely terrified, because nam-gyu could just eat him in half a second. And the only thing stopping him is Thanos, obviously, because Minsu is Thanos' little boy. Also, just imagine Thanos outside, banging his little bird head against the door. So this scene is one of many where nam-gyu acts really cat-like. He has a very cat-like presence, and on top of that he has this sweater pose in almost every scene, which doesn't help. And he would definitely be a black cat. He has black hair and he's a bit insane. And black cats are a bit insane too. I know, because I've had one. And you know, his favorite thing in the whole world was sneaking up on my sleeping dog, grabbing her from behind in a chokehold, and not letting go. If dogs could turn blue, she would have looked like a fucking smurf if I hadn't stopped him. But yeah, I always like angry, manipulative, and cruel characters, because they're the most interesting. They have so many layers and so much depth, which is why I like nam-gyu. He carries a lot of pent-up resentment and anger. Like, he has done terrible things. He's an addict, and from what we know about his past before ending up in Squid Game, he worked at Club Pentagon and used hard drugs. He's killed people in the games, he murdered Semi after taking 2 pills, and he's just psychotic. And I just love well-written villains, and I can't wait to see what they do with him in season 3. It's also interesting how his actor, Jae-won-ro, sees nam-gyu. He said in an interview that despite being mean, nam-gyu really only wants recognition and love, and that adds humanity to the character, even though he's not really redeemable. So I like him, I just don't like what he did to Semi. I actually saw a TikTok video recently where someone was complaining about how the Squid Game fandom is slowly dying down. And the first comment was like, thankfully the crazy nam-gyu fans are still keeping it alive. And honestly, that's true, because people love villains. So yeah, this was originally supposed to be just a sketch, but I got a bit carried away. And I really wanted to get the color scheme just right. I really like how I managed to make the reflection on the wall, that's my favorite part. But, you know, this is silly. It's just silly. I also added a bit of red to his eyes because he really hates Minsu. So it's just a subtle detail to show how he sees him, like his hatred for him. It would actually be pretty funny to think about these animals like competing on the island, using the bathrooms, sleeping in beds, and playing human games. Like, how would that even work? And I guess cats would have opposable thumbs if MG Coin killed Thanos with a fork. So, frontman, I see him as a black cobra when he's wearing the suit. You see what I mean? Like the hood resembles the shape of a cobra's head, or this part here, and the pattern on the mask looks like scales. I think that would be like really fitting. So if frontman were an animal, he would be a black cobra. But on the other hand, Inho would be a cute snake. So if he's a snake, I started thinking about what the pink guards would be. The first thing that came to mind were bees, since they work in a community and do their tasks quite blindly. Okay, then frontman would be their queen bee. But I ended up making them caterpillars, because there are pink caterpillars and their faces kind of resemble the guards' masks. And they would be really cute, but you know, not very threatening when they're this size. But you know, there could be thousands of them with tiny guns. And as soon as I started sketching this incredible idea, which by the way was really tough for some reason, I had no idea how to draw them, so I had a lot of trouble. I realized they were going to look like dicks. And the harder I tried to make them look less like dicks, the worse they got. So I apologize in advance. I tried my best to undickify them. And I wasn't really trying to make these like too realistic. So if the anatomy looks weird and if any caterpillar experts are out there, like, what's that?
The legs don't work like that.
Then sorry. I just drew these little dicks. Since the guards have 3 ranks, circle, triangle and square, with square being the highest, I thought the square one should be a moth. So I guess these caterpillars eventually turn into moths and are automatically given a higher rank. In the show, squares act as leaders and supervisors, making sure everything runs smoothly, so it makes sense here too, since moths can fly and keep watch over everyone, and they also report everything directly to the frontman. And the caterpillars would have circle and triangle patterns on their faces and backs, and black stripes on their sides, kind of like the zippers on the uniforms. And the moth would have squares on its back and wings instead. I think the caterpillars would also be highly toxic, so that replaces the guns. They simply eliminate players by biting their ankles or something. But yeah, I ended up liking these more than I thought. I left them really sketchy and the anatomy is not the best. But they turned out pretty cute. They still look like dicks. But those legs are so fucking cute. They're wearing socks or gloves. And now imagine them holding tiny submachine guns. They would just blindly follow and obey frontmen, and when they move there would be this slimy sound, so you would just hear this sound 24/7. I was supposed to draw multiple characters, but now you're getting these. And I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know what kind of animals do you see these characters as, or any other character from Squid Game, not just the ones I drew. So yeah, that's it. I should really be doing something more productive, and I have like a dozen of video ideas piling up. Like my Squid Game as anime part 2 video, which I've been meaning to make since last December. I've just been sketching pictures, but I haven't gotten around to finishing them. But you know, maybe I'll get them done by the time season 3 comes out. If I can see anything through my tears, because everyone's gonna fucking die. So I'll probably continue watching Squid Game edits and try to get something done. Be sure to subscribe, ding the bell, and check out my previous video where I drew my baby George. He's a good man, just a bit insane, but you know how I love those. Thanks for watching this, I'll see you guys soon, and as always, stay adorable. Bye.